Hello film freaks, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be taking a trip down memory lane to a time when life was much easier. The first Ama Awards took place in Bayelsa, fuel sold for about 65 naira, and the dollar exchanged to the naira somewhere around 130 something naira. Where are we going to? A Night in the Year of the Lord 2005. A Night in 2005 is written and directed by Temidayo Makanjuola, aka Ted Abudu. Going back in time costs money, so help us afford the trip back home in one piece. Please like, share and subscribe to help the channel end today's urgent 2K. Thank you. The Night in 2005 opens with a heavy dose of nostalgia, throwing us back to 2005 with the sweet sound of Star Plus's Onufumi playing in the background. That song was and still is a hit, so it's a clever choice of music as it instantly sucks you into what's happening. At least for the duration of that sequence, you won't be sharing your attention with anything else. We meet young Ife, headed to a house party to celebrate prom night. She's the textbook good girl and goes through her mom, who gives her the routine Nigerian parent advice, telling her to remember the daughter of whom she is. Very Nigerian. During the tense game of truth or dare, Ife faces bad vibes and classist undertones from the rest of her colleagues, save for her best friend Annie. It seems like no one wants her there. When she's dared to kiss Annie's eye candy boyfriend Okwe, pretty Ife would rather take 2 shots, something she's not used to doing. That's where she and the rest of the night starts to unravel. Fast forward 15 years and we meet an adult Ife, now played by Ini-Dima-Okojie. She's living proof that time doesn't heal all wounds. We don't yet know what happened the rest of the night back in 2005 or in the space of time she's been away from Lagos. But being back in the city causes Ife to spin badly. She's supposed to be planning her wedding to Paul, played by Taye Arimoro, but instead, she's unraveling. Her past looms large, and at the center of it all is the shadow of a grown-up Okwe who is now vying for the #1 seat in Lagos State. The good. For starters, the performances are pretty okay across the board. Ini-Dima-Okojie delivers a good performance as Ife, pretty raw. She brings to the forefront her signature facial traits. These facial traits she typically puts up whenever tasked with bringing certain emotions to life across the different roles she plays. I've seen this facial performance millions of times now, but once again, they work. I'll be slowly exhausting my patience and the level of possible deniability I can keep giving myself to pretend I haven't seen them before, but it works. I'm not to single her out because this is an industry-wide acting problem. But yeah, I thought it was worth mentioning. Someone else in the cast who has something like this going for them is Ireti Doyle. Now, Ireti is a beloved name in the industry, but it's hard to keep pretending that all her characters don't feel, talk, and act the same.
You actually believe that some silly little girl on a 2-bit TV show is going to stop that loud-mouthed monkey from ever opening her mouth again?
Whether it's her playing a devilishly sinister Reverend Mother or another hard-to-please mom, Ireti will always Ireti, and once again she gets away with it because, by the gods, for some reason it works here too. Now, I'd have lumped Bimbo Akintola into this set, but she seemed to be having the most fun amongst all the actors here. Her character is the anti-motherly character, and let's just say she's the mom you don't pray to have. It's a narrow escape, but yeah, whatever she does here works, and I think I enjoyed her character most. Efa Iwara, Teniola, Uzoamaka, Taye, to mention but a few, they all put up performances that work, so there's no hate here, really. It's just me stating the obvious. What else works? Let's see. The story, yes, the story, it really works because daring to tackle the delicate subject matter of trauma, it's a bold, sensitive exploration of how past wounds shape present lives, and it doesn't shy away from the societal factors that perpetuate these cycles. So, the story gets the pass from me. I thought it was a good one, and the way it's written really helps it to breathe, and yeah, come to life. But then there's some parts of it that don't work, and we're going to talk about them in the bad. Now, I more or less lumped what I liked and didn't like about this movie in the good section because, they came bundled together. But I'll add this. I wasn't a fan of the subplot about the ancestral land Ife goes to resolve. It felt poorly tacked on, especially with how we found ourselves on that adventure. At some point, it felt like we were watching another movie entirely. And it really didn't do anything for me. A better job could have been done introducing it to the overarching story and to tie it to the main plot in a much better way. And then something even more grievous, I'm not a fan of the sensational turn the story took towards the end. Without spoiling too much, let's just say that to take down Okwe, who I'm guessing most of you have already figured out is the bad guy, to take him down, the 3 women in his life, well, his victim, his side chick, and his wife whom he betrayed, they teamed up to give him a public disgrace, public takedown. But the method they choose to do this, well, let's just say it's a lot. Just think Instagram Live meets Law and Order. It is bold, yes. Grounded in reality, not so much. That could have really done with some work. But I guess the excitement part of it is what the filmmakers were going for. It just didn't connect well with me. In conclusion, Ini-Dima 2005 is actually a compelling watch. The dive into trauma, resilience, and the long shadows cast by abuse of power, those messages hit home. And the performances, well, I mentioned the predictability part of it and the recurring acts from the actors, but it works. It works. It works. Just if you're watching and you're seeing Ini-Dima, you're watching and you're seeing Ireti being Ireti, just don't get surprised because you've seen them put up similar range and level of performances before. But for the story at hand, it works. Temidayo Makanjuola has given us a film that lingers. It is thought-provoking. It inspires reflection. And let's just say maybe a few debates. If you didn't catch it in cinemas, now is a good time because it has found a second home on Prime Video. So give it a shot. If you've watched Ini-Dima in 2005, let me know your thoughts in a comment. Did it live up to your expectations? And if you haven't seen it yet, what are you waiting for? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more reviews, deep dives, and all things film. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video, Film Freaks.